15th. I remember because that's an important date to me. It's Joseph Stalin's birthday. I'm a fan.
You're a fan of Stalin's?
Mm-hmm. Always an admirer.
Nick Fuentes was one of the most censored people in the country, and he's bigger than ever right now. It's just undeniable.
Tucker was so good when he would have Democrats on, leftists, liberals that he disagreed with. He would ridicule and refute their ideas, and they stopped coming back because they were so embarrassed. I'd like to see Tucker do that with the right. Why isn't he doing that? The only reasonable conclusion that you can draw for not challenging Nick in more substantive ways is that he doesn't disagree with him. I want to know why Tucker is trying to mainstream Nick Fuentes.
There's no evidence that Tucker was trying to mainstream Nick Fuentes. What happened here is Nick Fuentes became mainstream. For all the people, by the way, who are so upset that Candace and Nick Fuentes have become so huge, you have no one but yourself to blame for that.
Seth Dillon, anytime someone says to you, well, I believe in free speech, but they use the word but after that, every time they do that, just stick the middle finger out and walk away, because there's no but. Hey guys, it's Jay. So I watched PiersMorgan, and he was interviewing Dave Smith and Seth Dillon. These are both Jewish guys, but one is for the war on Gaza, one's against it. And they both claim to be about free speech, but one of them really doesn't believe it, which is Seth Dillon, which is ironic because he has a Babylon Bee, which is a satire newspaper type business he's in. And he's even been canceled in the past. But they're going on about Nick Fuentes, right? And they're like Seth Dillon. Anytime someone says to you, well, I believe in free speech, but they use the word but after that, every time they do that, just stick the middle finger out and walk away, because there's no but. And they kept going on about Nick and how Tucker Carlson, how could you platform him? You shouldn't have platform. I do believe in free speech, but we shouldn't put this guy on platforms because, and he starts acting like he's doing it for the good of mankind, which is bullshit, because if that were true, then if what you're saying and what you believe, if it actually has any merit at all, and if you truly are right, it wouldn't make a difference what everyone had Nick on the show, because he would say the same thing as you. Oh, he's something's wrong with this guy, kid. He's an idiot. Let him talk. But if they're trying to get people to deplatform, that means they know that there's a chance people will listen to him, and they do listen to him. And it's not about the other people. It's about you. It's selfish as shit. Don't stop acting like, oh, well, I don't want other people. No, we're not children, asshole. We're not babies. We're not kids. With kids, you do that because their brains aren't developed yet, and you don't want bad shit going in there when it's so fresh. Their brain learns everything so fast. With adults, that pisses me off. What am I, like some baby? You don't talk to people and tell them what's good for them, what's not. And the whole Nick Fuentes thing, I mean, what does it matter unless you think you really are wrong? It's all about serving whatever agenda you got. So they're going back and forth about it, and they're all talking about platforming Nick. Here's the thing, though. Let me tell you something. In Israel, this is important. This is old news, by the way, and you probably don't know it because that's why people squash freedom of speech, because shit like this would come out. There's in the time, you can look it up too. It's old news, but Times of Israel. You can look it up. The article. It's a hotline, like equivalent to a suicide hotline in America, but it's a hotline. And if you know any Jewish girl that's dating a goy or gonna date a goy, stuff like that. Goy is like a derogatory term for a male, and so in this case, an Arab male. So there's hotlines that help your friends or people that's dating a Jewish girl dating an Arab guy. Call this number or contact this person. And this is insane. Like, can you imagine if we had that for black people or something in America? Oh, if you know a white girl that's dating a black guy, call this number. And they actually have that there. And it's insane because no one's, besides me, I feel like no one's ever heard this. And this is verifiable. Go check it out. Now, and these are the same people that are telling us, well, don't give platform to Nick because freedom of speech. Are you kidding me? Because he's racist. He's this. You're anti-Semitic. You keep going. They keep going on and telling everybody that anti-Semitic. You're Anti-Defamation League. You can't say this. You shouldn't have said it. And then they're doing that kind of shit in Israel. And it's funny how they don't talk about that part. And this is bullshit, right? I mean, who the hell would call a hotline? Oh, there's a goy, and I know this girl. she's Jewish. She might go up this goy. Like, well, are you kidding me? But it's legit. It's for real. I mean, that's my point. That's why you can't trust people just on what they say. If they say but, like I said, if they ever say but, then, they're full of shit. It's all about them and what they're trying to achieve. Same with Mark Levin. He was on this Jewish Republicans coalition giving a speech. Go listen to this fool. I mean, this is the right. So they're all about free speech, right? Well, no. Because he said we should cancel people. We should cancel Tucker to Carlson. He makes that Carlson joke. And Nick, he can't stand Nick. We got to get rid of Nick. Look, with Nick, only issue, I'm on the fence with just because he seems to go after people that I like the most as far as, like, no one's perfect, but Tucker and Candace, come on. That's like the people he talks shit the most about. And that's the best we got, right? So he doesn't really specify it. He never goes personally at the left. He'll just, like, go at the broad, Democrats or something or people. But again, like, whatever. But the point, that's why we should talk to people. Let people talk enough. And so they're on PiersMorgan airing it out, and they're getting their feelings and thoughts out, what they want to say out, while they're trying to explain why you shouldn't let someone else do it. It's so hypocritical bullshit. I mean, this kind of stuff never ends good. If someone's trying to tell you to listen to this, but don't look over there, just hear this. Well, then you don't think we're equal. You don't think well, they think they're wrong. Obviously, they wouldn't care who we listen to. But regardless, and don't give me no shit about who to listen to. None of this shit. When you have hotlines, look, we're all screwed up, right? I mean, that's all there is to it. And yeah, Nick should talk to whoever and whatever you want. Look, if you're, like I said, if you're convinced if you don't lack conviction and you know what you're saying is right, no one like me's gonna take anything from you, because you believe in what you say. But you don't believe in it though. If you keep telling people not to do it, not to listen to other people. So I don't know. You tell me what you think. Like, I don't give a shit what Nick could have said, because I know this whole people think, oh well, Sandy Hook with Alex Jones. Listen, I mean, we're not there. We don't know what's going on. You just gotta sometimes. They always say turn the other cheek, but they never say turn the other ear. Well, maybe they should try that kind of shit. I'm so tired of people telling me what to listen to and not, and they just go on. That's all a big game, guys. You know that. Anyways, tell me, like, give me an example. I mean, I'm sure somebody pisses you off on a daily basis, at least on TV. Anyways, examples of how people squash your freedom of speech. The people who control speech are always the ones who complain the most about free speech. Remember that. You know what I mean? The fattest people are the ones who complain the most about food. That's just how it is. If you have an abundance of something, you take it for granted. You don't give a shit about anyone else. You can have right now the EBT thing. These are people who are hungry, man. You're not going to just say, oh, sorry, no BT, and then say, get a job. You can't just be so, you know what I mean? So hive-minded about stuff like that. You have to have room for debate and shit, right? I don't know. We're all not perfect, but still. I'll be my version of perfect. You be yours, right? All right, guys, I gotta go, but take care and tell me what you think, seriously. And that's it. Bye.
Run it up. Stop.